Rams. I know how y'all about to get down. So we go into a little bit of chitter chat. I don't know if you heard, but Lil Wayne is about to, I think, go to court and sue the Moment of Time because they have this notebook of his old lyrics from 1999. So he wants his notebook back, and his like lawyer's like, yo, he has ownership.
You talking about like Lil Wayne with the cornrows?
Yo, like he was spitting in his bars, and people trying to sound like Wayne, and so he was like, yo, I lost my book. I have rightful ownership of this book, and I want this book. And this joint, the dude was like, I'm not giving it up unless you paying $250K.
I mean,
spend
technically, does he have proof that it's his book?
He said it was a photo of like writings of his lyrics in the notebook, and he had proof like that he had it because Wayne don't have it, so he holding the hostage, and they selling it to basically Moment of Time, and he trying to basically go to court for it because he was like, yo, I want my book back, and I'm like, yo, fuck that book. Like, I mean, write another book.
Well, I mean,
it's in the middle.
As a comedian, we write jokes in books.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And you think if somebody found my old jokes, I'd be like, yo, cuz, let me get my jokes back, yo.
But how much are you willing to pay to get that back?
Not $200,000.
Exactly.
If you can make those jokes work,
then you can reinvent jokes. Yeah, it's not worth it. He just wanted to like make a come up. So I just feel like, man, Wayne, just let it go. Just let it go, Wayne. But if you really need them old fire, like I was just about to say, it might be some killer bars in there. Go get it. If that 250 ain't gonna hurt you.
And then you think if you Lil Wayne, if you know you take one of them old joints and drop that, you gonna make that 250
anyway.
Quick, just cause it's Wayne.
So just make a decision, pimp. And and other news, I don't even know if you heard, and I'm kind of shocked and appalled about it. But Monica and Shannon Brown are about to get a divorce. And I didn't even know, like, they was even going through complications. Like, they've been separated from since October of 2018. The basketball player, he played on the Lakers, and you know the singer Monica.
Yeah, right? I know who she is. That makes me feel just like
you know the dude that looked like Chris Brown, but he's a basketball player.
All light skinned men look like Chris Brown.
You know what? Bye. Bye.
It's like 6 of them out there.
It might be. It might be. But they've been together for like 9 years. Okay. They got a 5-year-old daughter. Okay. And this is after she had the twins with Rocco. This is after like her 2 kids with like Rocco. So now they about to get into a divorce. I'm just like, why though? Like he don't seem like, abusive or
what if Rocco
maybe
showed up over there and was like, he didn't even know it.
Hey, yo.
Hey. I don't know.
That was perfect. Yes, I love it. So I'm just like kind of saddened because I want Monica to win. I really want her to be happy, but I guess she's about to be a single mother, and here come another album just in time. She's about to come up again.
That might be what it is.
Yes.
She'd be like, okay,
I need some drama.
It's time to get divorced.
Let's add some drama. So that's all for Chitter Chat. We're gonna dive into the topic. I'm so excited because we are black women in America. Okay, let me stop preaching. But no, seriously,
take your time.
Okay,
what they say.
Exactly, in church, yes. And but we are going to celebrate Women's History Month. Why? Because it's Women's History Month. And people don't even know why we celebrate it in March. It's been years, decades. You don't know why? No. I'm going to tell you why. Okay? That's why we are in the house, so you can get educated and inspired and motivated, so you can maybe make an impact on this society as so many others did, as our ancestors, many generation took power and position, took a stand, and had to go through so much just bullshit, honestly, to get where we are today. So we have to be grateful and appreciative and know where we came from. And that's the power of change, knowledge. So what is Women's History? Okay, what is Women's History Month, I should say? It's an annual declared celebration that highlights contribution that women have made in decades. For instance, who do you look up to as far as women in your life? Like, who is your strong, ideal figure, role model?
Cardi B.
That-
Let me stop. No. Let me be
I
serious.
died.
Let me be serious. You want somebody like on a personal level or somebody
Both.
that we all would know? So
you can
on
do
a
both.
personal level, I can give 2 examples. That'd be my mother and my godmother.
Okay.
And simply because, my mother, she was a single woman, not because my father was like ain't shit dude, but they got divorced, and she did what she had to do. She raised 2 kids, and she's still grinding. She's 70 plus years old.
Right.
If I say her age,
I don't want
no
smoke. Right, exactly.
She be down here.
I got you.
And my godmother, because I've watched her go from, just a functioning member of society. Then she had a stroke, and I watched her continue on. And we talking about like a 30-year trial with her heart disease and whatever she had to do and deal with. And I watch her with her grandkids, and I watch her teach herself how to do everything again and teach herself how to drive. You imagine if you had to start from being a baby, but you're an adult.
Right.
And things like that to me are powerful because that's willpower.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a larger scale, of course, I'm a comedian. So I look up locally. I look up to people like Ty Davis, Stiletto, Tiana Douglas, people who they haven't had too many years, like Maria Sanchez, Comedian Phoenix, Randy Ben Savage, even Woo. I know you want Woo.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people I look up to. Chris Styles, I look up to them. But on a larger scale, I say people like they used to call her Big Liz, Leslie. Yeah, she's funny. Or like, just.
And it's motivation. Yeah, exactly. And you look up to these people and you get inspired to like, oh yeah, I can do this too.
Definitely.
And that's the chain of impact that we want to have. But back in 1978, it started in a school district in California where students got essays written about real women that made like impact or contributions or just taking the risk in general to make a change inside their own community. And they recognize and they acknowledge them and they appreciate them, gave them flowers and gifts, and it's like, thank you, showing that you made a difference in our life and now I want to make a difference too. And that's why we have this celebration. And it started off as a week. It wasn't until President Jimmy Carter issued it as a national history month. So people partitioned and fought for the equality rights. So that's one of the major things that I want people to get from it, because women didn't have privilege to do anything at first. They was housewives. They was just literally all you was born to do is to have to be a wife and a mother. That was it, to do chores and to take care of the baby. They didn't have the power to be in positions of mayor like we have right now in Baltimore. They have a black woman at that mayor.
We've had
several of them. Exactly. So
several.
It was a time where this was not even allowed to be done at all, across the states.
Radio shows.
Exactly. And black women comedians. Okay, so just in general, we have now a lane and access and a willpower to take advantage of these opportunities that we should have the rights to. And that's the importance of why we celebrate all the attributes that people have done to make these things possible. That's why we have to celebrate. That's why we have to recognize it. That's why it's a part of the year of history, and it's important because we have to teach our youth why we celebrate. They probably don't even know that this month is about Women History Month. They just probably think it's just March. It's about to be springtime. It's about to be spring break or something like that. We have to make sure we inspire our youth to learn about our black leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Not just the youth, because I'm gonna be honest with you.
Go ahead.
Until this year, I did not know about Women's History Month.
Are you serious?
Literally, I figured it out this year. And the way I figured it out is because I kept going to shows. People kept asking me, you want to do this show? I'm doing this all-lady show. I'm like, yo, why are they doing all these all-female shows?
What's going on?
Yeah, is the estrogen kicking or something out there? What's going on?
Right.
And then somebody was like, I started hearing them at shows, and they were like, oh, it's Women's History Month. I'm like, oh, really? Okay.
We have our own month.
And I started hearing stuff, but I mean, realistically, we should have our own month.
Exactly.
Reason being, if there was a segregation between the races,
yes,
and you had black, white, and Hispanic or Latino or whatever you want to call everybody,
right?
If we have different months based on the races, there was also segregation based on the sex.
Yeah.
So why should we be celebrated as well?
Yeah.
Whether it be black, white, whatever. We celebrating vaginas out here, son.
You know what? And a lot of people argue, and I'm kind of jumping the gun here a little bit, but I have to mention a lot of people argue, why isn't there a Men History Month?
Well,
right?
Because there are 11 of those.
Like, let's just pause on that note, and I'm gonna get back to the importance of the celebration of this month. But a lot of people argue, why isn't there a Men History Month? But men already had the privilege and the access to everything that was set up to them, because they was the head of the household, they was the provider, they was the protector. So what America do? They give them abilities for these resources to make them those things. And what women do? Sat home. Like, that's all they, like I said, was told to do and knew how to do after slave. Go ahead, D-Lo. You feel like you about to say
Yo,
something.
you knew something was coming. I started moving my hand. Like, see, my thing is, it's just like, let's go back to the races.
Yeah.
People would question over the course of history why there is a Black History Month and why not a White History Month. But let's keep it 100. At a certain point in time when these things were established, we were the minority, and we needed to have a reason to celebrate what we were taught was negative about us.
Thank you.
There were too many people that told us because of the color of our skin or because of the melanin that we had that this was a burden or this was a negative thing. So to be called black was supposed to be something that wasn't looked at in a positive light, right? So let's flip it and say when it comes to women, women were also led to feel like they were second class.
Yep.
Women were to walk behind, and it's still in some societies, not to hate on nobody's religion or nobody's faith or whatever, but in some societies, women are to play the background and walk behind the man, or just play the backfield, like you said, be the wife, be the mother. You know what I mean? So when we got to a point where women realized a sense of equality and were able to do the things that men were allowed to do by birth.
Yes.
Just by right of birth.
Exactly.
Just because you were born with a penis, you were allowed to do things. Just because you were born with less melanin than the next one, you were allowed to do things.
Exactly.
So if we can celebrate the color of our skin, we should celebrate the sex that we are. If we can celebrate the people that built this country, we can damn sure celebrate the people that brought the people in the world that built the country.
Thank you.
How y'all gonna have babies? I know it's science out here, but for real. Even Diamond K can't.
Real facts, though. But, like, you hit it right on the nose. And, like, I'm so glad that you get it, because we had to fight for every single right. Like, we was literally made, like, we was violated from going to school, from voting, from, like, we was property. Everything. We was considered property. Like a piece of car, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like your minds and I own you and I own this family, and you can't do anything else, and you won't be anything more. And we got tired of it. It was like, no, we do and we can and we will. And so that's the ultimate why we have this month and why men don't. Because men, they have President Day, they got Veteran Day, they got Father's Day, they got and be half-assing sometimes, like on the road. Not everybody, I'm not gonna say everybody, but
some of them,
majority. Yeah, no, but
about 72%.
All right, I'll take that. But you know,
no,
be
he want to jump in so bad.
Yeah. All right. So I hear you. So what's your excuse? So you got Mother's Day,
right?
That we're gonna blow up to be the biggest shit ever,
right?
You got Women's History Month. What else y'all want? Some women want to take Father's Day. What else you want?
No, sir.
No, I want to take Father's Day.
Everything.
Let's address that shit now.
No.
So I want to take Father's Day.
Wears a backwards hat. Let's address that now.
Don't act like on Father's Day it's not gonna be people posting, Happy Father's Day, Mother's Day to me because I'm the only father that he ever
some
had.
mothers are mothers
They
and
do
fathers.
the same thing on Mother's Day. Let's keep it a buck. Because
Guys
I work
never.
No, because I work.
Facts.
No, they do. Because
Facts.
guys don't, but people will post. Like I post online. I got a friend named Brian. Shout out to my man Brian, raising them kids. He said, my baby mother is not fit. And I'm taking them kids and I'm raising them. There's a lot of men out there.
Right.
So people who are real, like if you 100 with yours, you'll recognize them. I'm not saying that because, you know, like I'm masculine that I got to be celebrating Father's Day.
Right.
What I feel like is that is legitimate when there's a woman who does it 100% alone.
Right.
Not when you got a father somewhere and he paying child support, he coming to get the kids.
Right.
He doing this. If he's active in their life, that's his day.
Right.
That's not yours, man.
Right.
Right.
But when you are the only one them kids know, the only one them kids see, and I've seen it. I've literally seen women who have children and their kids only see their father because their mother had to stop at the liquor store and their father's sitting at the bar. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
He don't deserve Father's Day.
Right.
She does.
Right.
So
It's
I
a
get
difference.
what you're saying. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think she deserves Father's Day. I think she just deserves Mother's Day.
She deserves
and
Mother's
Father's Day is nobody there.
If somebody
Woman
says
can't be father can't be
you're
mother.
right.
But
if
you can
somebody
be the
says
best you
Happy
can
Father's
be.
Day to her,
Yeah.
then
sure.
it is what it is.
Yeah, well, that's
You know
true.
what I mean?
That's
I don't
true.
think she should be on there, you know, all on Facebook posting up like, yeah, I'm the father and mother. But man, no, sit down, man. Sit down. You have your day.
Yeah. I mean, agree to disagree. Like, my father wasn't there, and my mom was the mother and father, and I knew who my father was. You know what I'm saying? So, but on Father's Day, she didn't celebrate.
She
didn't celebrate. So I mean, and then we didn't give her gifts on Father's Day. We just did on Mother's Day. So to your point, I
That's
definitely
a new thing now. No, you know what I'm saying? You smell like
What?
Diamond K in here with the air wicks or something?
no.
That's how you know he light skinned. You know, he got air fresheners and shit.
He like to smell good. I like that. Keep it fresh.
Like Patapsco Flea Market out there.
So let me ask y'all a question. I want both of your opinion. Seriously, okay? Do you think Women's History Month is more for African American women, or you think it's for all race?
Oh.
But why do we kind of highlight and only focus on a majority? Personally,
should
for
focus
me,
on their own thing.
Well, because we ain't paying attention. I mean, I'm not saying me, but honestly, some black women, when they go to highlight Women's History Month, they only focus on black women.
They do.
I've gone to a lot of shows, and it's been white female comedians, black, Indian, Hispanic,
That's beautiful.
Asian, everything. It's just
Beautiful.
women in general. And I think that when we celebrate these months, we have to keep in mind who we're celebrating. If we're celebrating women, that's all women.
Yeah. And I agree.
Except for the ones that voted for Trump.
Yeah. We don't.
We're not celebrating y'all.
Yeah. Y'all made a mistake.
No.
No.
You or your comb over, ma'am.
Like,
no.
we are not doing that. Yeah, exactly. But in a sense, that's probably another reason why it's not taught in the school system. You never thought
See,
about
now
that?
we're going to get kicked off the air.
No, but we need to talk about these things.
Yeah,
because we are taught a slip it, and don't get me wrong, the Black History Month that we all taught in school is bull as well. But we at least are taught something about Black History Month in the school system. They make it a priority in February to make it, you know, we're going to do it the Black Month. All right, cool. But why right after? It's not even a month later. It's literally right after. They do not take the time to highlight any woman in the school system. As far as I know, if I'm wrong, please call me in, DM me. But have you? I never learned about any woman in my school doing march for Women's History.
Some of that is because we have to look at, you know what I'm saying, who's planning, who's doing these curriculums. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It may not be a woman. It may not be somebody concerned with women's rights. That's where people like you come into play. You know, somebody who can petition for those kind of things. Somebody who could fight for that and get it into school. Case in point, let's talk about somebody we spoke about earlier. You see, I got my little button.
Yeah, Truth.
Let's talk about Truth. Shout out to Truth.
Shout out to Truth,
even see my button. I don't know how to do this camera
It's okay.
thing. So Truth is somebody that's in the school system now
Exactly.
because her book is in the school system.
Yep.
She would be ideal for petitioning for more activity as far as women's rights. But it would also be her due diligence for her to bring in women of other races.
True. Very
not
fast.
just black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. We, as women, we have to make sure we don't just bring black women.
Yeah, and it's hard and it's touchy, and I agree to that. But it's like when
but
you're
you want
in
to
it,
celebrate your
yeah,
people.
exactly, because we don't get enough credit.
Yeah.
And at the same time, we are like taught so much lies in the sense during the school system. It's not till we get to our age when we kind of be woke and be conscious and kind of research and re-educate ourselves and relearn our true history of who we are as a just culture in general, that we actually get it. And I feel like with Truth Books and EJ doing things with civil rights movements and what you're doing with the community, everything like that, I feel like that's beautiful, and we need more of that. We have, like I said, a black woman mayor. We got to challenge her and put her to the test and get.
Well, you have the avenue, you know what I mean? You have that, and that's while you highlight other stuff or other people, highlight yourself.
Yeah,
remember
absolutely.
that, because the media is powerful.
Absolutely.
And for you to be able to create a platform for, no matter the color, black women, white women, whatever women, to come on, or during whatever month we're celebrating, or whatever it is, artists to come on and speak and say what they got to say, and then not necessarily be like, I'm not up here talking about comedy right now. We're talking about real shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? You give that opportunity for our youth to be able to see, yeah, she tells jokes, but she learned something. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or she's cool with getting her history and using that and making it something that's relevant.
Right.
So let's do this while we got the air.
Facts.
And y'all here. Why don't we charge any female, whatever artist you are, to contact Lady Merc?
Contact me.
She's doing her show in the house.
Yeah, thank you.
Contact her
right there on the screen.
And come on the show.
Right. And
all races.
All races. And I'm open doors, so don't like take the statement I said a little earlier like I'm like against race, because I'm all about everyone, every culture. But I'm definitely, you know what I'm saying? I'm definitely black conscious, and I'm woke, and I'm about saving my people. You know what I'm saying? That's the ultimate goal of my purpose. But I'm definitely, open doors, and I want to learn, about other cultures and what they went through, because it's beautiful in your own story. Everyone has their own stories, and everyone has their own way of living, and you can learn from each other, educate each other, and maybe form this, unity of just domino effect of behaviors of rebirth of just the world in general. Like, are we ever going to have a woman as the president? Can we run the world for one time? You know what I'm saying? Like, we have to take position and power and take it by force. You know what I mean?
I know who the female president is going to be.
Please don't say Hillary.
Nope. I know who it's going to be.
Who you going to be?
Madonna.
Madonna?
She was a video.
Dom, if we had the female president, who you think it would be?
It's not going to be Oprah.
I was thinking Oprah.
I don't think anybody that we know of right now.
No.
Yeah. I have a question about something you said. So, you believe everybody should just have a turn? Just everybody gets a turn?
As far as what?
You were talking about with the,
yeah.
No, you were talking about the president. You just think everybody should automatically just get a turn?
I think people that made a significant impact on society should be highlighted, is what I feel. I don't feel like,
By who, though?
It could be a vote of majority.
So going to your celebrations, is it white people's job to celebrate black people?
No, it's our job.
Correct. And vice versa.
Right.
Everybody should celebrate their own thing. And if white people don't buy into your celebration, so what?
Right.
No.
I don't think that nobody owes nobody nothing. I don't think that we got to recognize Asians if we don't want to. I don't think that we have to recognize all the Spanish people, black people. If we don't want to, we can show them respect, show them love, but we're not obligated to celebrate Santa Anta,
right?
Or else we violating something. I don't think.
Now, to your point, we are learning their cultures, though. For instance,
but you don't have to.
We are required to.
No, we're not.
School system, for instance, let me give you an example. In social studies, we learn about all the white history, from the Romans to the Europeans. Then we got to take a required Spanish class. Why? Because that's the second language of the United States. So we are required to learn these cultures by force.
Yeah, but people don't really learn them. sitting in the class is not really learning it. You know what I mean? You sat in a whole lot of classes and didn't retain no information.
I get that point, but I'm just saying it's in the curriculum. But just period, it's in the curriculum. If Black History Month, back to the point, it's in our curriculum, why isn't Women History Month?
Because, and going to your point, here's my issue with integration. So you can't, things were separate. Right. You had the Black area, you had the Italian area, you had the white area. Black people, because they wanted to be treated fairly, thought if we go to their schools, if we go to their restaurants, then they'll treat us fairly. But that didn't happen.
You're right.
So they completely lost focus of their own. Now we just anybody that want to have us, we there.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's messed up. Because if you send your kids to a white school where the curriculum is white, that's what it's going to be.
Yeah.
If you want to change the curriculum, you have to create your own thing.
Yeah.
You can't go in Walmart and say, I don't like this in here. We need to have some Black History shirts in here.
Right.
And they like, no, this is Walmart. The Walton family says we want to have this.
Right.
And if we don't like it, we cannot go to their store, don't buy their stuff, and go somewhere else. Red Cup Low, what's going on?
So here's the thing.
Take a sip. We're about to get real.
From the Red Cup.
Right.
10-4. So, I hear what you're saying. I think that the first thing when it comes to the integration of schools, I 100% get what you're saying. You know what I mean? We were trying to get what we thought was the greener grass.
Right.
And we walked into something and it turned out to be bullshit.
Right.
They treated us worse than we were treating ourselves.
Absolutely.
However, I will say one thing when it comes to curriculum, because my mother's a teacher or was formerly a teacher, I feel like curriculum should be uniform. So there shouldn't be a different option for curriculum at any school on any grade level. It should be uniform. I think that should be almost federally mandated because there is no logical reason why a student in Tennessee knows something different than a student in Baltimore in the 6th grade. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
As just general education.
Right.
So if you can teach about Black history, the little bit they teach, Harriet Tubman, George Washington Carver, and all that, you can teach about women's history. I believe that you can put those on a level playing field. Why? Because the other 10 months of the year, we're learning about George Washington. We're learning about Abraham Lincoln. We're learning about all the different, what we learning about the, the Confederacy. We're learning about all different aspects of history. Let's just say all parts of history.
Not our history.
Most of the history was dominated by white males. So whether you're a Black woman, a white woman, an Asian woman, or whatever, we know it was dominated by the male culture.
Exactly.
Furthermore, I think that where we come into play is we have to demand that they make this uniform. It's not the fact that we need to get into their schools. It's not the fact that we need to go into the white schools and change their curriculum and go to the Black schools and make it more. No, it just needs to be a uniform curriculum. Like, what is the logical explanation on why any curriculum is different, other than the fact that it's a different state? So at least in Maryland, the curriculum should be the same. Now, if you have better books, if you have better resources and all that other stuff, that comes with the school. But the curriculum comes from the top. The curriculum comes from Baltimore City. It comes from Montgomery County. It comes from PG County. So why all of these counties and cities are all in the state of Maryland? Why is it not mandated by the state?
Exactly.
Why is it not mandated federally? Those are the things that I think need to change. Now,
because they got to buy books from Mayor Pugh. That's why they ain't got time to do that.
Well, if
you can get books, we got to buy the books.
We can get books.
If we use the money she saved on paying niggas to work at the polls,
Facts.
we could buy books.
Facts.
If we use the money they used on the casino, we could buy books.
Thank you.
Because they not fixing no streets around here.
Exactly.
They not fixing nothing in the city. It's more boarded up houses than anything.
Exactly.
So if you want to ask students what they really see in Baltimore or the history of Baltimore, it's raggedy, and I know it's dope fiends here.
Right.
They don't know nothing about Baltimore.
Exactly.
They don't even know who Lord Baltimore is. They don't know how it was named Baltimore. They don't know what the capital of Maryland is. You ask any kid on the street, they probably gonna say Baltimore. So if we go to the higher ups and we make them responsible,
exactly,
not just because we need black history in the school or we want to get women's history in the school, but in general, we want education to be across the board and everybody to get fair education and the same education. Now, granted, we can't force them to have the same type of computers in every school or the same type of books in every school. You may have a different editor or a different edition, but it should be the same information.
Yeah. Thank you.
So,
yes.
And because the information is accessed on the internet, books are no longer an excuse. Why are books an excuse? Because any principal, whether it be at Robert Poole, whether it be in Montgomery County, whether it be at Chinquapin Middle, whether it be at Bedford Elementary, can access the same internet. Because last time I checked, Comcast give it to y'all for $10 if you got students. Can access the same internet and pull up the same information and teach those kids the same shit.
Thank you.
So at least give them the basis and then let them go from there.
So going off that point, how can we encourage...
That's brought to you by Peach Parmesan.
There you go. How can we encourage the youth to learn about those women activists? Like, how can we inspire them, motivate them to want to know?
They got to see examples, yo.
It starts with us. It literally starts from home. It starts from your counselors, from your school teachers, to your, after daycare person, whoever you're around, your cousins, whatever, your aunts, whoever you are, just your immediate friends in general. It starts with us. And we have to be a role model within ourselves. We have to be the example because you don't never know who's watching. Like, I'm pretty sure you had probably little mini-me comedians like, yo, D-Lo, you're great. I look up to you. You're my role model. And you are, like, humble, you know what I'm saying, to keep pushing. You don't want to be out here in the streets or on the gram looking crazy. Like, I never see you on the gram with a post like, oh,
that's how I don't know how to use that shit.
That's D-Lo? Like,
I don't know how to use that.
There you go. But you have a responsibility. And that's the part that we all have to tap into.
I got a goddaughter, yo. And she's 21.
Yo, we got mad god kids.
And she's smart, but she's also 21. And I knew how influential I was at 21.
Right.
I can't be out here like that.
Right.
I mean, I got a mother that's older. I can't have her seeing me out here like that. So in general, if you got a voice, like we all got a voice, but if you got a voice, like Lady Merck is doing what she gotta do. She has a voice and she's using it.
I appreciate
y'all watching it now. You know what I'm saying? If you got a voice or if you know you have an avenue, use that shit and use it for something that's powerful, something bigger than you.
Exactly. Because it's not
like
about
save one kid.
Thank you. Reach one, teach one. Like, it's not about me. It's not about her. It's bigger than us, like, in general. It's about the future. Like, we could be dead today or tomorrow. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we don't know, like, what's written for us. Like, everyone has their day. But, like, what are you going to do while you're here? What kind of change and impact are you going to make while you're here? Like, how many people are you trying to save? Like, and I feel like,
get on your officials, too, yo.
It literally hurts me when we kind of like beat each other up and kind of like down each other out and don't pick each other up because we're the same. Like,
we the only race that does that.
You feel me? And we gotta
We the only race that does that. You know that.
I keep saying it every show because I want people to get out of that habit because we have to help each other out. That's the only way we're gonna win, yo. We are the most popular culture like ever that everyone wants to be, and you have to like know that. You have to be conscious. You have to like tap into your purpose and save yourself and your friends. You feel me?
Think about this. What people don't think about until it hit them right in the face, the power that the black culture has.
Exactly.
Look at what happened with Gucci. They fucked up.
Gucci? No.
Look what happened when who was the other what was the other designer? Was it Gap that did it when they put the monkey joint, the little boy with the monkey sweatshirt?
Yep. I remember that.
Like, all it takes, and people talk about the black dollar. It's not about the black dollar. It's black power. We have a lot of influence, and we don't use it for the stuff we need to use it for, but we complain about it all the time. All the time. You complain about these kids, and I ain't talking about just young people complaining. I'm talking about these old heads too. Don't be 75. I drive mobility, man. I hear y'all all the time. Don't be 75 years old hollering about what they can and can't do, or this generation so lost. And then I hear you talking left, the little Deontay over here. He need direction the same way you needed it when you was 20.
Guidance, man.
So you guys, it's pay it forward. It ain't about money. It ain't about what you can give these kids. It's not about a pair of Jordans or putting it on their feet. It's about putting something in their head to make it so they can afford those Jordans themselves.
Yeah. You got to make sure that these youth know that they're queens, that they're kings, that they could be the same activists and the same leaders that our ancestors were. Like, we don't have no superhero that we can look up. We have to be the superhero. Stop looking for that one man that's going to just change the world. Everyone thought Obama was going to be that one man, though. You know what I mean?
Black Panther.
But, you know. I'm just saying. Of course, Black Panther, but
Wakanda forever.
Just saying, we have to be the Black Panthers. You know, we have to fight. We gotta be Wakanda. Like, let's make our own history. Let's make our own statement. Let's build our own system, and that's gonna work for us. And like, get out this cycle of enslavement that we still in. So,
I can dig it.
Yo, real rap. So that's the topic of Women's History Month. I challenge you to research any woman activist or leader that did an impactful thing to the society, do a book report, and I'm pretty sure you're going to get inspired to look up more women and give that knowledge to someone that, like your best friend, your cousin, your sister, whatever, and just motivate, inspire, and just build. You know what I'm saying? Build.
I got a charge for you too.
Yeah.
I charge every single one of y'all. If y'all watching right now, or if y'all follow either one of us, up on the top of Instagram, it shows suggestions. Follow another female. Exactly. And inbox her and tell her, give her a positive affirmation.
Thank you.
Because sometimes a stranger can tell you some shit that you won't listen to from a friend. But imagine what kind of connections you can have, you know?
So we're going to get into who up next. D-Lo is up next. If you didn't know. I tried to rap, but it didn't go. So anyway. So we're going to get into who up next each and every week. Like she said, you can DM me if you got some talents or just entrepreneur, bossed out. Slide in my DMs and I'll put you on my show every Thursday in Radio on Fire at 6 Live. But we're going to get into you right now. Bow. So you've been doing comedy since 2015, right?
Yep, 2015.
2015. So why then? Like, how old were you, first of all? Like,
So, you try to play.
Yeah.
I was actually 38. I'm 40 years old now. I'm about to turn 41. No, actually, I was 37. I'm turning 41 this year.
Girl, you look good.
Yeah, girl.
No, for real. And I'm not even, like, I thought she was my age.
How old are you?
26.
Ow.
I'm like,
It's the pole. It's the pole.
All right, so.
I can't do that, but okay.
10 years ago, let's rewind here. Why so late? Because you are popping. We're going to get into that, but yes.
I did an open mic maybe like 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And that one, it was all right, you know what I mean? But I didn't bring a lot of people. So it was based on crowd participation.
I got you.
And I didn't win because the other contestant brought a lot of people. After that, the lady was like, you know, she wanted to keep working or whatever, but she never contacted me anymore. But it's all good.
It's all good.
So late 2015, I had a fall. I was doing laundry after having a fifth of vodka.
Yeah.
And I fell.
No.
Yeah, you shouldn't do laundry drunk, long story short.
Warning.
Yeah, yo. That's what happens when you do laundry at a friend's house. You know what I mean? Y'all be sipping and next thing you know.
Got too lit.
So I broke my ankle.
Yeah.
And at the time, because I drive for a living, I couldn't work. So I was bored. I was in the house all the time. So I was driving around all the time. And I started hacking in some Baltimore shit.
Hey, you know the
and I picked up a comedian.
Yeah.
Y'all might be familiar with her. Her name is Tanya. She goes by Dyke with a Mic.
Dyke with a Mic. Shout out to you.
Shouts out to Dyke with a Mic. So I picked her up, and she was on her way to work. I was supposed to just drop her off somewhere close.
Yeah.
And we ended up driving all the way across town and talking the whole time. and she told me she thought I was a little funny, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I should check out this open mic. And she could kind of put me D on, you know, the little crew that she was rolling with. Shouts out to Team No Chill, Antonio Mosby, okay. Montrell Muzon, which we had Leroy Chuck on that joint. We had Tiffany on there. We got Mama Tanya. It's a whole rack of us. Uncle Pete in the building.
Hey.
Basically, she put me on with them. I went to my first open mic on crutches.
Get out
upstairs.
Of here. I did not know that.
And my very first open mic was What's So Funny Wednesdays, which I just so happened to be the co-host now.
Okay.
What's So Funny Wednesdays. Shout out to What's So Funny Wednesdays and Full Circle Entertainment.
And shout out to Bruce Daddy too, because I know he be
that
there.
nigga is retarded,
yo. So shout out to Bruce Daddy.
But yeah, I went to the open mic on crutches, and I remember my opening joke. I remember it was like, I bet y'all looking at me in these crutches and wondering how I'm gonna do stand up, and I can't stand up. And they laughed, and then it was just on from there. And from there, I just kept going, grinding, going to open mics, just keeping it going. And we're here now.
Yo, you hosting at the Ken Jones show?
Yes. Right? That's gonna be lit.
Okay, so how do you even get into that? Like, first of all, you hosting a lot of guests. So just salute, just in general. But
I wasn't a host. I wasn't a hosting type. I was so against hosting.
What? Awesome. Like when you hosted that Truth event last year, I loved it.
Yeah, man. I was against hosting, and then somebody kind of told me to try it out, and I tried it here, and then somebody else asked me, and it's working. So you know, I'm open. I love my regular stand up.
Yeah.
You know, but the hosting, it gives me a chance to practice my jokes and my working with the crowd and stuff like that. So with that show with Ken Jones, that's with SCM Productions. Shouts out to Chandra Gore in the building.
Woo!
Well, not in the building, but you know what I'm saying.
I got you.
I don't have the exact date. I'm not good with dates. So I
believe it was on the 20th.
Because you know I'm
book everywhere all the city.
I'm old out here in these streets.
Hey, this
old out here.
Yeah, you good. But you got hooked up, y'all guys. Network together.
Definitely.
I believe it's definitely next month.
She's definitely like a dope, just businesswoman in general. So y'all make sure y'all check her out. The SCM Productions. I know there's gonna be more great shows coming from her. Yeah. Ken Jones is amazing comedian out of Philly. He puts on some dope shows. He had me on a show last month with Tori Hart.
Shout out to what? That's crazy.
Yes. Yo, with some hitters on that joint.
Yeah.
So I got a show this weekend. Actually, I got a couple of shows. I got 4 shows. No, 5. I'm sorry.
You got shows tonight too, right?
Yeah, I got my the open mic that I host, Shots and Giggles, down at Old Major. You can catch them at 900 South Carey Street. 900 South Carey Street. That's with my homegirl Dev Dupree. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow? Thursday? Friday?
Friday.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I'll be mixing it up.
You good?
Friday, I'm gonna be with your man Bruce Daddy.
Okay.
I'll be doing a night with Bruce Daddy on the mic. That went through the Trap Comedy brand, and I'm also gonna be doing. I have another.
You got show. Crabs and Comedy with Smooth too.
Yeah. I got that one coming up. Yo, all you can eat. Y'all from Baltimore, so I know you like crabs.
Come on.
All you can eat crabs.
Right.
Only $50. That's comedy. All you can eat crabs, and they got drink specials. You can't beat that.
Bust the butter open with the Old Bay.
I'm bringing crab sauce, yo.
Hey yo. What?
I'm bringing crab sauce. I'm bringing like a gallon of that joint. And I'm selling it like nickel bags out there.
Hey yo, no, not nickel bags. So how did it feel being one of the finalists in Kevin Hart's Heart of the City?
Yo, I was so nervous, yo. I was so nervous. Like, I was in the back. I was sweating. Like, my stomach was on 9,000, like straight on dubs. And I'm just like, I remember comedian Larry Lancaster told me, you know, they want it to be professional. They're looking for, you know, a seamless performance. Just come with your A game and make it smooth.
Yeah.
And I definitely tried to do that. Yeah. I was nervous, though. So I was talking too fast.
Wow.
I think I put like 84 jokes in 5 minutes, dog. Real talk. I was going too fast. But if I get the chance again, man, I feel sorry for somebody because I'm taking that.
No, that was a risk and a chance and an opportunity that we have to, like, go for. Like, what is some advice can you give to some young comedians or even, you know, your companion friends right now that's hustling, doing the same grind that you're doing?
I was told by somebody, again, Larry, and other comedians, you hit the stage as much as possible.
Hit the stage.
Hit the stage as much as possible. Man. If you're not on the stage, If there's 3 open mics, you try to hit all 3 of them. If you're not on stage as much as possible, you're not on stage. You're not doing nothing. Exactly. And get a set. I wasn't trying to hear that when I started. Like, I figured, having a set, oh, well, I don't write, and I don't do this, and I don't do that. And I don't write.
Yeah.
But comedian Ty Davis gave me some good advice. Shouts out to Ty.
Okay.
I took my sets and recorded them.
Okay.
And whatever hit, I tried it again.
Yeah.
And if it hit, I tried it one more time. And if it hit, it was gold.
Yeah.
And then you put that to the side. Okay. And you keep doing it till you get that strong 5 minutes. That strong 5 built to your strong 8, to your 10, to your 15, to your 20.
Wow. I didn't even know it was a whole breakthrough to this.
Man, listen. I thought you just get up and make people laugh.
Yeah, me too. That's what I thought.
I'm in the car with a half a pint, like I'm ready. No, you're not ready.
You're not ready.
And also to new comedians, like, yo, real live, I'm a new comedian. So when you come to me and you ask me, I'm just letting y'all know I'm not trying to be rude when I be like, yo, I don't know what to tell you. I'm not trying to be funny. Too. I'm still learning. Like, I'm still asking the old heads for the advice. So when you see people like Larry, when you see people like Ty, when you see Alabama, when you see Henry Jones, when you see Phoenix, when you see Maria, when you see all these comedians, go talk to them. When you see Dark Mark, when you see, Dan Caper, when you see fucking, I forgot his fucking name. He's tall as shit. Eric Glazer. When you see these people, go talk to them. Yeah. Like, have a conversation with them.
Absolutely. Network is beautiful and it's so powerful. Yeah. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Okay? Absolutely. Very key. So how did you get the name Roast Queen? You gotta tell me the story because I know you be frying that ass up.
That's all it is, because people be talking shit. Yo. Because with my job, man, the guys in my job be talking shit, man. And I be coming back. You got fed up like, oh, nah, you ain't gonna get me. Yo, so was that like always like a childhood thing that you was joning on people?
Believe it or not, I was quiet.
Really?
Mm-hmm. What? Went to college, I was still quiet. After college, it was on and popping. I didn't start really roasting people. Bloomer. Yeah. I didn't really start roasting people until probably like the last 10 years.
Into the comedy field, because you felt like that goes with kind of comedy.
Well, no, that was just me naturally. Like, people be talking shit, and I'd be like, man, bah, 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 bah. And then people would tell me to do comedy, but I never did it. Yeah. And so now, it kind of goes with it. I'll still throw the roast in there, but I'm trying to streamline it more. Yeah, streamline. I'm trying to be more professional.
So, speaking of that, do you see yourself doing like movies or like doing big old arenas, or like where do you see yourself going besides just doing shows? Even though we love you doing shows and hosting, but what's the main goal for D-Lo?
Everybody wants to get to the silver screen. Everybody want to get to the money. I'm gonna be 100. If I could make the money and just do shows, I'd be good. Like, I love that live feeling. It's nothing like being on stage and that audience being right there versus, being in a movie, it's all good. I ain't knocking nobody or being on TV or whatever, but I just love that interaction because if you know how I am. I'm on the spot. I like to play with the audience too. Mm-hmm. And the idea that somebody came in the room feeling one way and left out feeling better, that's it.
Exactly. And that's what you're there to do. That's like your job. Like, that's what you want.
And it's therapy for me too. It's therapy for me too. Because it's a lot of times where, like, comedians, we're funny, but we some of the most tortured motherfuckers out here, man. Yeah, man. We go through a lot because we got to maintain when we on stage. We got to make y'all laugh, even no matter what's going
on through your life. And we have to remind ourselves that you can't take these comedians for granted. That's why you need tip and support and just like be.
My Cash App is plain old D-Lo.
Bye, D-Lo. Anyway, give out your Instagram before we head out. Please tell the people where they can find you and all your shows so they can be laughing with D-Lo.
You can find me on Instagram at Red Cup Low. Case in point, Red, REDCUP. LO on Facebook at plain old D-Lo, only because people kept tearing up my name. I'm just D-Lo, not D-Lo the comedian, plain old D-Lo. Also this Saturday, I'll be having an event over at Capitol Lounge, 1531 Pennsylvania Avenue. It's going to be an event that's basically starting off a fundraiser. We're raising money to be able to throw a lupus fundraiser in May for awesome. Chef Mo. We're trying to raise money to help her with her battle with lupus and with kidney disease. So this weekend on Saturday, we have poet New Vision. We have Wifty Bangura, who's a singer, and we also have a singer, Neek Neek. coming through the building. So they all gonna rip that. I'll be doing the comedy. Yes. It's only $10. Only $10. Only $10. And if you holler at me, what time is it?
It's 7:15 right now.
If you holler at me up until 7:15 tomorrow, I'll give you 2 for $15.
Hey, like that shit on the streets, you know what it is. So
yeah.
My man.
Oh, it's a black tie, by the way. It's a black tie masquerade party.
All right, make sure you have your gear up. All right, gear
yes,
up.
Sir.
All right, and you can always follow me, Lady Merc 92 on Instagram. Follow Radio on Fire for streaming
Shouts
us
out to
live.
Diamond K.
Thank you, Diamond. And we're gonna be right back next week, just like we did this week. It's your girl in the house. Shout out D-Lo.
Yo.
We out. Peace.
Shouts out to Diamond K's side part.
Hey, shout out to everybody on my live too. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out, hey.
We out here.
I don't know y'all, but hey.
Hey, yo, follow her though. Follow her.
Yeah, follow.
Hey, yo.